Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today we are starting week 7 of hybrid anatomy with a new unit. We're starting our histology unit. Histology is the study of structure and function of tissues. And one of the reasons why we spend so much time in histology because many of you wish to pursue careers in the medical field. And if you are a doctor and you take a tissue sample from a patient and need to look at it under the microscope in order to diagnose disorders, you got to know what you're looking at. And so learning about the functions of these different tissues and knowing how to ID features of them under a microscope are really important skills for those of you who wish to pursue careers in the medical field. Some announcements and general reminders. Attendance trackers. Only do them on the day that they are due. If you do them early, you are present for the day that it's due. So the attendance trackers should really be the last thing you do every day. As always, when you watch Edpuzzle videos, you need to be taking notes. You are more than welcome to use the notes handouts that I provide to you. You can make a copy of them and type your notes right in that or handwrite it if you want to print it out. But you should take notes and bring them with you to class. You are upperclassmen thinking about potential college opportunities. When you go to college, you are going to have to take notes in order to be successful. So take notes. They'll help you with your studying later on, and it helps you remember stuff. 4 copies of the notes and copies of slides with tissue flashcards. You can see the new folder that has been posted on histology. I'm trying to get another quiz and a lab practical in before the end of the quarter. The quarter ends on November 13th. And so I am thinking quiz in class for 5th and Monday, November 9th. They will be on the first, which is epithelial tissues. Study guides and links to the flashcards are posted below in the agenda. This week, you're going to be able to classify different types of epithelial tissues based on their cell shape and the number of layers in diagrams and on actual histological slides. You'll also be able to identify characteristics of tissues under a microscope, and you will be able to describe the different functions of these tissues. Today, we will have a Zoom meeting for those of you in cohort B to review what we did in class on Monday. You did it remotely, so just to check in and go over it, we'll have a quick Zoom meeting. Then you'll have an Edpuzzle video on epithelial tissues and take notes. And then there's an assignment called the epithelial tissues POGIL, where you'll have some practice identifying different tissue types. On your remote day this week, there is an assignment to help you practice with identifying the different tissues, identifying the functions, structures, locations in the body. So that'll be on your remote day. And then there is also a link for the quiz study guide and the epithelial tissues flashcards. This will be a lab practical where you will look at some slides of tissues and we'll have to identify them. So these are photos of different microscope images of epithelial tissues to help you practice. In class, we're going to get started on our histology book project. This is going to be a long-term project all about the different tissues. We'll review how to use a microscope, and we'll work on the histology book. And the histology book has a virtual microscope too. So what we will do is I'll have some people working at the microscopes and other people working on the virtual microscopes. And then midway through the class, we will flip. So that way everyone has a chance to use an actual microscope, and everyone can be working on something while maintaining 6 feet of distance. I'll talk more about the histology book in class, but just for your planning, on Wednesday the 4th, so next week, you need to finish all the pages of the epithelial tissues in the histology book and have them ready to bring to you in class for our next class meeting. Good luck on these assignments, folks. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email.